What's good, Planet Destiny? It's BBK Dragoon here with another weapon review today of the New Monarchy Free Will 3. This hand cannon can be purchased from the New Monarchy vendor, Executor Hideo, or it can be dropped from a faction rank-up package. This gun falls under the low impact and high rate of fire class of hand cannons, the same archetype as that of the Water Star, Up the Ante, and the Devil You Don't. Its impact is lower than that of Ias Luna or the Palindrome tier, but it also has a higher rate of fire than those weapons. Free Will's strengths are its excellent aim assist stat, the third highest in this impact class. Tracking enemies during a fight is a walk in the park. Additionally, Free Will has a great base stability stat, making the weapon easy to control and manage under pressure. The weakness of the gun are its below average base range stat. Unless you have perks that benefit the range, you'll find the damage fall off occurring pretty close to the player. It can lead to the gun feeling kind of inconsistent in PvP on mid-range maps, especially if you don't time your shots very carefully. This archetype of hand cannon already has a pretty low range stat, so Free Will's base stat, it's not generous. The vendor version luckily offers some nice range boosting stats that can make the weapon more effective. I used a handful of different rolled Free Wills for this review, and a lot of the PvP clips were using one that had Luck in the Chamber, so you may see some higher than normal damage counts when it procs. The vendor version offers the choice of explosive rounds or snapshot in the first node, hammer forged or third eye in the second, and rangefinder for the final slot, giving you a very solid roll of the weapon. Snapshot, hammer forged, and rangefinder create a pretty good synergy. You can see here that the damage fall off is a bit further out with some of those range perks than compared to a Free Will that has no range boosting perks. You'll also see here sometimes when I aim for the chest, I actually get a precision shot out of the deal. In PvP, you'll be dealing 77 precision damage or 51 body damage. That leads to 2 headshots plus 1 body for a kill, or 1 headshot plus 3 body for a kill. The best perk options that can roll onto the weapon in the first node are Snapshot, Quick Draw, Hipfire, high caliber rounds, and lightweight. In the second node, the standout perks are Small Bore, Hammer Forged, Outlaw, Hot Swap, and Third Eye. Hammer Forged or Outlaw would be my preferred choices. In the final slot, Rangefinder is the standout perk, making this weapon exceptionally more capable at further distances. Luck in the Chamber, Reactive Reload, Firefly, and Hidden Hand are all good options though. For PvP, this is a weapon that allows you to be effective at close ranges as long as you're landing your precision shots. The high aim assist of the weapon makes landing these precision shots easier than with other hand cannons. You can see the aim assist in action here as the crosshair slows down as we get closer to the opponent. It slows way down when we're on the opponent and then continues back up to its normal speed, giving you that kind of stickier feeling. If someone is charging directly at you, the higher rate of fire of this impact class of hand cannon usually allows you to get enough shots in the enemy to shut them down before they can close the gap. The stability is something the player doesn't need to worry about either, as the recoil pattern is almost entirely vertical. On Rise of Iron's new close quarter maps and the Supremacy game type, the weapon was right at home. Players in Supremacy are regularly pushing forward aggressively to pick up the crests, allowing the Free Will to operate in its preferred range. However, on larger maps, the gun became much less effective. At mid and long range engagements, this hand cannon will lose to Grasps, Hawksaws, and Ias Lunas. Simply put, even with range boosting perks, the gun can't compensate for its below average base range stat. You'll have to time your shots very carefully, and even then you'll find the damage fall off makes kill times quite a bit longer and kind of inconsistent. If you're looking to purchase a vendor hand cannon specifically for PvP, the Palindrome is far too good of an option right now. Even though it's a different impact class, it outshines the Free Will. However, in PvE, the gun offers some unique opportunities. Explosive rounds and Firefly can roll onto it, making for a fun option in strikes. It's still a low impact hand cannon, so damage numbers won't be off the charts, but against grouped enemies, you can deal a decent bit of AoE damage using Firefly and explosive rounds. Free Will with the right perks can be useful, however I wouldn't go out to the vendor and purchase it specifically for PvP, especially when that awesome rolled Palindrome is right there with the Crucible Quartermaster. If you get one in a faction rank up package, make sure you take a look at the perks before dismantling because it could be a fun option in PvE and something you want to experiment with on the close quarters maps. That'll do it for this review. Thanks for watching, Guardians, and we'll see you in the next one.